You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with JohnAlex and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. JohnAlex and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like The Goop Podcast. You have been warned. Mr. Chitlin. Going downtown, gonna see my gal, gonna sing her a song, gonna show her my ding-dong.
Hey, you don't get an intro, but you get us. That's all that you need.
You get all this goodness.
That's right.
All this hairy goodness.
I'm bringing it back. I'm trying. Although probably by this weekend I'll probably shave it off. Olivia's dad's beard is freaking clutch.
Okay.
It's nice. He's a Viking.
Yeah, but you know what, Greg? Did he fuck a lunch lady? That's all I'm going to say. I don't think so. That's not his flex.
Break out the napkins and the forks and knives. It's Hey Pal, What's New? I'm
right.
Greg, and this is JohnAlex over there.
What up,
and,
people?
It's Friday night, man. We're hanging out. Got my daughter over here on her phone. Friday night. It's kids' weekend. It's good times. Got
Yes.
my other daughter coming over here with a vast gaggle of friends. They're going to make some pasta, and my other one over there is looking at her acne. So, we've been hanging out pretty much the afternoon. It's been fun. You took a little
I took a
nap-ski. It's the couch, man. This couch that I have over here, it's the same thing. Like, I'm sitting in this chair right now, and this is the chair to watch TV, to play the Xbox and all that stuff.
Sure.
The minute I get on that couch, I'm out.
You're out.
And it's like, I think I want to stretch out. I'll just lay down. I won't fall asleep. Never fails.
That's like Kate. She always like, I'm going to go watch my show in bed and just relax. I'm like, you're going to fall asleep. She's like, I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm watching my...
We call it an all of a sudden.
Yeah. I'm like, why deny it? Why just embrace it? Like, yes, I'm going to fall asleep.
Oh, yeah. Like, my mom will do that all the time, too. She'll be upstairs, and she takes, like, an hour to pick out something to watch, and then she finally finds something, and she's asleep in fucking 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'm like...
Kate does the same thing. And I'm not mad. I'm not faulting her. I'd probably do the same thing. It's just funny that, like, every time she denies that she's going to fall asleep, and I'm like, just go, look, I don't want to fall asleep because I want to watch a show, but I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It's I force myself to go into the bed, not just, sit on it. But, yeah, a lot of times I'm resting on the couch going like, oh, no, it'll be fine.
I'm going to be all right.
And I need to put my CPAP on because otherwise I can't breathe.
I can't get myself to go get a freaking colonoscopy, let alone do a sleep study.
Well, give me $25 and...
Give me $25 and a flashlight and I'll take care of it.
We'll take some of that Oreo McFlurry over
We'll
there.
just take that camera.
Couple of Astroglide, that's all you need. Just some
Nah, give me that Brokeback lube.
the old spitteroo. I remember one time I was with a girl. We were in Walmart. We were getting Astroglide. She's like, I don't know. I was like, what are you waiting for? A fucking sale? Just buy the damn thing.
Newsflash, Astroglide does not go on sale. Why? Because they know you need it.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, so I think that's pretty much the what's new. I mean, is there anything new going on with you?
Well, not really. I mean, it's just been a hell of a week, a long week, and a fucking crazy week. But Manny came home from work the other day.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, it's the end of the night. I forget. It doesn't matter what movie it is. He's like, I'm walking through and I'm cleaning up and I'm picking up all the garbage and doing the sweep. And he goes, and then like I get to that one where like there's no carpet at the chairs. It's all like the concrete floor.
Yeah.
He goes, and I look and I'm smelling something. I'm like, my God, what the fuck is that? That smells like... He goes, and I look, and there's a broken bottle of Jameson's on the floor.
Oh.
He goes, and not only that, he's like, and it's like pretty full. It looks like it broke, and all the shit leaked out, and the bottom still is filled with Jameson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you drink it? But he's like, all the stuff that had spilled on the floor, there's like this
river of popcorn.
No. It was, he said there was like an outline, almost like a berm around this puddle. What had apparently happened was the Jamesons had fucking dissolved or melted the floor wax and kind of pushed it out, and it collected at the edge. He goes, it looked like a puddle of Jamesons outlined with jizz.
Oh, Jesus. I used to
And I love how he's telling me this story, and Kate's like right over there, and he's like, and he's looking at me, and he's like, and it looked like jizz, Dad. And he like whispers, I was like, dude, why are you whispering that it looked like jizz? He goes, I don't know, man, Mom. I was like, the woman's married to me. You don't think she's heard jizz before?
Yes, it happened 4 times. Anyway, moving on.
How many times can we say jizz on this episode? This episode is entitled Jizz.
Jizz in the lunch lady.
Oh, jizz in the lunch lady. God, no, too soon.
No, and not on.
Oh, well, I thought in. Anyway, that was my week.
Wow.
I mean, I had a week. It was just, there's so much.
Yeah, there really wasn't much, believe it or not, for me. It was just kind of, like I said, I got kids weekend, and that's it. And, it's been pretty chill. So, I mean, no drama is good drama. That's the way I look at it.
Llama llama red pajama.
Yeah, so, let's get to the news there, Johnny boy.
Oh.
John, you got any news?
I'm not going to lie. I was tempted to hit you off with this one.
I like to narrate TV news. I think that's understood. Because when I do the TV news, there's no news, and that's good.
Yeah, you said that to me, and I was like,
I went down the Gary Gnu rabbit hole again, looking for that Olivia Newton-John.
It's
two
nowhere.
Scoops.
It's nowhere. I don't know where it is.
And there's a guy who's got like a repository of old episodes and stuff like that he's got up on YouTube. But there's like 6 years worth of episodes, so.
See you later there, V.
Hit the bricks.
Oh, we got the gritty. Do the gritty. No.
What's the gritty?
It's some dancing.
Oh, is that the thing she was doing before?
Yeah.
Every time she walked by, looking like an old lady pushing a cart.
Yeah, my sister, my daughter Zoe is quite the gritty dancer. We'll get her to do it later when she shows up. I'm sure they'll all come barreling in. So anyway, yes, I see that
news.
now. See, you tricked me. I didn't think you had any news. Now
I
can
do.
see all the news.
Well, there's some pretty interesting news, but where it's more interesting is my takes on it, because they have. Apparently, Disney Plus and Disney Junior are coming out on May 4th with a Young Jedi Adventures.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars animated series geared towards like a younger viewer, which I think is just cruel because they all die. By the way, kids, I know you love the show. Just so you know, Anakin kills them all.
Well, that's the thing. What's the timeline? If they're all Jedi younglings, then
right? With Yoda. Because in the promo shots I saw, like Yoda is the master that's like in the school with them. There's Yoda's in the show, so.
Oh my god, that's so funny! I didn't
They
even
all
think
die.
about that. Maybe that's the series finale. You just see.
I was not a big fan of this next one. I don't know if you were. I watched a couple of episodes during way back when. Back in the where is it? Oh my god, I should hit it. Where is it? Oh no! Oh, there it is.
Back in the days when I was young.
Damn it, we're old.
Apparently, they're resurrecting Faulty Towers,
I did hear about that,
and John Cleese is on board.
I did watch. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge Faulty Towers fan, but like I have seen episodes. My father used to love Faulty Towers.
It was also one of those shows that was on like late at night when you were watching like The Young Ones.
Yep.
And then you're like, okay, I'll watch an episode of Blackadder because it was on at the same, like it was like the British Invasion.
Yes.
That was what it was. So it was like Young Ones, Faulty Towers, Blackadder, Monty Python. They were all kind of on. I think it was MTV at the time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a show that I was like, oh, I got to watch all the Faulty Towers. And I'm sure there's people who we know are going to be like, that show is fucking awesome. I can't believe you didn't watch it.
I mean, from what I remember seeing a couple of episodes, I mean, it was funny. It wasn't like must-see freaking, oh, my God, I have to watch this. Or it's not like the young ones. The young ones, I was totally
This is how little of an impression the show left on me. The only thing I think of when I think of Faulty Towers is that scene from Deadpool when he's asking Francis, he's like, what's your name? Is it Basil Fawlty?
Basil Fawlty.
Anyway, got some Ezra Miller news.
Oh,
we got the
world is Ezra Miller.
We got the Ezra Miller Flash poster with him in the Batcave. They are really leaning into that Batman thing. It looks fake. And by that I mean it looks like it doesn't look like it's a scene from the movie. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's just a production shot that was, computer graphically drawn.
Yeah, I mean, they're really. I'm surprised they haven't changed it to like Batman Flashpoint at this point.
I mean, we'll find out. The trailer's coming during the Super Bowl.
I know. You know what it is too. Like a lot of people.
Are we allowed to say that? Super Bowl, big game during the big game.
Oh boy, go Chiefs.
So I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Like, most people, I think, there's. The majority of the movie-going audience is not going to know all this Ezra Miller stuff.
They don't care.
They don't care. So
look, if they cared, would the new Hogwarts game be as big as it is?
Oh my God, yeah! I was going to bring that up. I mean,
everybody's like playing that game, but like then there's all these people coming out going, "It's so transphobic," and I didn't know. Well, continue about. I'm sorry. We'll get back to Hogwarts.
No. I was just going to say. I mean, they're really leaning into the Batman with it, But I mean, really, the people that listen to stuff like us, they're going to know and they talk about it and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think most of the movie-going audience is going to be like, oh, it's Flash. Okay. Who's that guy again? What's the guy that says pineapple? Okay, I'll go see that.
I don't even think it's that. I think they're just like, well, I don't care. Because
yeah, well, we talked about it before.
He's not the movie.
Yeah, we talked about it before, how you can kind of separate, and the artist or the actor from their real lives.
Right.
So... yeah, I mean, none of that stuff. I mean, unless you're like, freaking real bad, Which, I mean, Ezra is kind of...
real bad.
He's
a naughty boy.
He's a very naughty boy. We should talk about...
not banging the lunch lady naughty, but pretty close.
He's no Rick and Morty creator. But
no, jeez.
Oh, some more of that stuff came out. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
Oh, my God. Like, apparently, because everybody was saying about... because he's one of the co-creators and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, my God, what are they going to do without him? Apparently, he, from all accounts, from the whole Rick, he hadn't showed up to work in like months. He would just basically go in the sound booth, say his lines, and then leave. He would bring porn stars into the freaking writer's room,
Well, I'm guessing, I think I talked about the news that when this came out, there were several allegations. He wasn't allowed in the writer's room and had to do it remotely due to allegations of sexual misconduct, but what's coming out is he brought porn stars to the freaking writer's room.
Yeah, I mean, which,
I was talking about this with somebody. I was like, dude, have you watched the show? Yeah. Well, then how the fuck are you surprised? No. How are you surprised?
Yes. But still,
Ready? Who the fuck was surprised when the guy who wrote the Chester the Molester cartoons for Penn Hostler wound up being a fucking child molester?
Spoiler alert.
Allegedly. But, like, who was surprised that he was molesting kids? Nobody.
No.
It's like, the guy writes a comic strip called Chester the Molester.
Yeah. I mean,
come on.
It's bound to happen.
It's based on his life.
Yeah, so there's a lot of naughty boys out there. You get some money. Next thing you know, I'm convinced that's why I'm poor. Because if I ever had a ton of money, I would probably be dead.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing I was going to say about the Hogwarts thing is, like, I thought Hogwarts game was going to be this open world game. Not even a game.
Yeah.
Like, you build your character, you do things, and then you just play the game by, like, doing stuff, collecting stuff, building your skills, getting better, doing all this stuff. And it was just like an open world thing. But apparently it's also got, like, this whole online mission that everybody's doing that the goblins are revolting because they're protesting unfair goblin treatment, and they just can't fucking let it go because there was a big to-do with the fact that the goblins ran the banks, and it was widely accepted and known that they were based on being Jewish.
Yeah.
And now they're making this, like, this whole it's like, oh, so we're making and we're out to stop the goblin uprising. It's like, what is this, fucking Nazi Germany in the 40s?
Well, I mean, J.K. has had issues with herself too, right? So
and the name of the one trans character in the game is like, they may as well call it Manfred Manson. Like, they're just, I don't know. Anyway,
Manfred Man.
Other news: Disney characters beware. Winnie the Pooh, the Blood and Honey movie.
Oh.
Let's see. I can't even read my own goddamn writing. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey intends to kick off an entire shared universe of public domain properties in horror settings. To that end, the director of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is already working on his next movie. It's a Peter Pan horror film that depicts Tinkerbell as a recovering drug addict. I don't like this idea only because, look, the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey seems like a cool idea, but at the same time, I'm like, this didn't work when they tried this with things like the Banana Splits to make a horror movie out of Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It gives out. As much as I'm not PC at all, it does give the wrong, like impression or because some kid's gonna stumble onto this and be like, oh,
Right.
Winnie the Pooh, and then next thing you know, it's like when the kids were on YouTube. And, there was horrible stuff, Dora getting her head chopped off and stuff like that, where it's like, kids don't know. They're just typing Dora. So, I mean, I'm not into censorship, but at the same time, it's like, and they went through that whole thing, too, with, like, what was it? The Killer Hansel and Gretel.
Right.
Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. You're like, why?
And none of that worked. It was just campy bullshit. And, I mean, I guess there's an audience for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. It's just not my bag of tea.
I mean, it seems, I haven't really paid attention to this Blood and Honey thing, but, if it's
it looks cool.
I'll watch it, probably.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
Yes.
That's all I've seen there, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Patrick Stewart has teased that we might see him back as Professor X in Deadpool 3.
Ooh. Now, here's a take, like, do you like the Patrick Stewart Professor X, or do you like the young? Who's the guy who plays him in like First Class?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. I don't even care.
Really? Okay.
I love my Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, no, it's good.
He's got a great birthday.
He does.
Yeah,
absolutely. I know
him and Harrison Ford, and the guy who invented the Rubik's Cube.
Harrison Ford. Thank you, everybody. My Harrison Ford impersonation.
I think it's canon too that Indiana Jones's birthday and Han Solo's birthday is July 13th.
Nice. See, all I have is Columbine and Hitler.
And 420, dude. Pot smoking day.
That's true. Yeah, it is true. Every time I go, like, they get, what's your, if I'm buying cigarettes or something, like, oh, what's your birthday? It's like 420. They're like, I'm like, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Okay, can I get my smokes and go?
But yeah, I'm trying to think of who that actor is that does the young. I like him too. I mean,
it's on the tip of my tongue too, and people are probably yelling at us, and we don't have chat available. I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's the guy that's in the Split movie.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Thank you.
God damn it! I just opened up the web and it came to my head.
Yeah. I like the young.
I like him.
I was surprised that they're gonna keep going. I mean, how old is Patrick Stewart at this point?
Like, I don't know. He's like
80-something?
80-something.
Oh, fuck off!
Okay, Patrick, calm down.
Hey Siri, how old is Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart is 82 years old.
Oh, okay.
Not that old.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure once they redo the whole X-Men thing, they'll get a younger one, or however. I mean, it's interesting because a lot of those X-Men movies I enjoyed.
Right.
Even the ones that people are like, the only one I didn't really like was Apocalypse.
Right.
Days of Future Past, First Class.
I didn't even watch. What's that other one?
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't like
it wasn't Dark Phoenix, but it wasn't bad.
They still. This is 2 swings they had at Dark Phoenix, and they effed it up both times.
Yeah, well, third time's a charm, maybe. Or how about we just let that fucking sleeping dog lie?
Yeah, I don't think really. There's so many great stories, X-Men stories to do. Like, why do we keep going back to?
Well,
Dark
you put that
Phoenix?
in the back pocket and leave it, and then 10 years, 20 years down the road, when someone's trying to do something fun, creative, and innovative, and can actually do that story,
Yeah.
then you let them do it. I saw you had this in your news, but the whole slate of announcements from Disney with, what is it, Toy Story 5,
Yep.
Frozen 3,
Uh huh.
and what was the third one?
Zootopia 2.
Oh, because I need that.
Well, it was the famous shareholders call that they have with Bob Iger, and he big old Papa Iger,
Lord Fuckwad.
Yeah,
you know that story, right?
No,
in the Shrek movie. You've seen Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
You know Farquaad, the king?
Yeah.
He's the short little angry guy played by, what's his name?
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's modeled after Bob Iger.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's why they called him Lord Farquaad. It's actually a play on Lord Fuckwad.
Really?
Because he's apparently a fuckwad.
Wow, okay. Because I was always a fan of Iger.
That was a shot at him. I think it was a shot at him. I'm almost positive because he's a little guy, too.
I mean, Bob Chapek freaking ran that company into the ground.
Oh, God, fuck that guy.
They got the Iger back, So, yeah, I did see on there that, a ton of sequels. I mean, it's funny because I haven't seen Toy Story 4.
Oh, well, you're missing it.
I heard that it's good. Yeah.
That's why
I was just like, Toy Story 3 at the end was like that perfect trilogy. I'm like, don't mess with it. And they're like, here comes 4. And I'm like, really? Okay.
And 4 was like, okay, this is good. But the problem is all the fans are pissed off because they're like, 4 left it off in a good place. Can we just leave it there? Mm-hmm. And they're like, you're going to go into all this after laying off all these people at Disney Studios?
7,000.
Yeah, they laid off all these people and like, oh, but by the way, we've got these new movies that nobody wants coming soon to a theater near you.
Well, apparently, from what I understand is that, nobody likes to get laid off, right?
No.
Nobody wants to see people.
The first half, sure.
Yeah. I like to be laid on.
Or not just laid.
It's just laid in general. No, but they were saying that Disney has been in the hole with this whole Disney Plus thing. I mean, they haven't been making money at all.
No.
Cutting these 7,000 employees, which is probably, from what I understand, it's like 7% of the workforce of Disney as a whole.
Right.
It's going to save them like $5 billion.
Right.
So, they're down in the hole too. Get rid of these people. And I'm sure there's a lot of, and I expected it when they did the whole merger with Fox and all those other ones, And the other good thing about the call too is that Bob Iger finally said that we're giving the control back to the creative people.
That's good.
So, back when Chapek was in there, I don't know why I follow all this stuff, but
I don't know why either.
It's fascinating to me. But like when Chapek
you're the guy who likes all the fucking political movements that go on in the Star Wars movies and bad. That's what I loved about this week's Bad Batch. But continue. Chapek was in there.
So Chapek was in there, and he hired all his banker friends to take over. So basically, and there was a report that came out that they were going to fire Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
In 2015. Seriously? But he got, it wasn't like the creatives had no control because all these suits that came in that Chapek hired, his bank buddies and stuff like that, these creative people would be like, oh, the whole thing with Turning Red, where it was just like, let's dump it on Disney Plus. It's like, no, it shouldn't have a theater release. The reason, and they were talking about all these sequels with Toy Story 5 and Zootopia 2. Each one of those movies made $1 billion.
Right. The prequel movies.
Yeah, like Frozen 2 and Zootopia and all the sequels of Toy Story.
So they
all made $1 billion.
Hoping Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, all that will go into theaters and make $1 billion again.
Yeah. So, they decided to give back. Once Iger got back in, he got rid of all. And a lot of those people in there are not the freaking janitor and stuff like that. It's, people, there's a lot of overhead that they had to get rid of. So.
Well, that's also Bob Iger coming back. COVID really fucked up the tourist industry at Disney.
Yeah.
And really fucked up how they run things back down there. And apparently he's like, no, we're going back to the old way. They did away with all the park hopper passes. They did away with meal plans. They did away with, even when you stayed on property, it was like, well, you had to schedule your arrival time to the parks.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to stagger the arrivals. And he's like, no. We're getting rid of all that shit because a person like me, I'm like, I'm not going to go and deal with that. That makes my vacation a bigger headache unless I've got, a shit ton of fucking money to spend for all I've got the VIP pass and I've got my own, there's people who I know who've gone down there and gotten their own personal, Walt Disney World guide who takes them to the rides, brings them right to the front. Them and their family get on the ride ahead of everybody else because they pay all this fucking money.
That's ridiculous.
Which, you know what? You got the money. I can't be mad that you have the money to do that because if I had the money, I'd do it. But it's at the same time, it's schmucks like you and me. It's I'm not going to try and schedule a time to get to Disney, and they did away with fast passes. So now I'm only going to get 3 rides because I'm going to spend all day waiting online.
I know. Yeah. And you know, when you're on vacation, you just kind of want to wake up and be like, all right, what do you feel like doing today? You know, like not be like, and you know, I know people that go to Disney and it's just like everything's all planned out and it's just like, yeah.
That's me.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
But you know what? We do it, and my family has always been like, I schedule it for like, we're going on this ride first. Because we got a
well, the fast passes, you have to pick them out.
But not even fast passes. Like we would go to, if we went to Epcot, we would go in through the gate and go right to Soarin' because it's the most popular ride.
Yep.
So get that in the morning. And we always want to go on it more than once. So what I'll do is I'll get like a fast pass for later in the afternoon for Soarin' to go back. And then get a fast pass. So go to Soarin', have a fast pass for early for like Test Track.
Okay.
And then go to Test Track. But then our next one is like some other ride somewhere else that we have like 2 hours. So it's like, all right, where do you guys want to go now? Let's go here. Okay. And then go there because we have the time. So I build a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
But try and structure it so we're not sitting there going like, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And it's like, oh, well, we got to go on this ride at 2 o'clock. So you know what? We can do whatever we want. You want to just start meandering our way over there and do whatever on the way?
I mean, I like scheduling. But, you know, usually when I go on a vacation, I just kind of want to wing it.
I'm not a Nazi about it. It's not like, no, we can't do that. We have to go here. And for food, I always packed everything. Made it easier.
Oh, the smartest thing my sister did once going to Disney is that she Amazoned a whole bunch of stuff right to the hotel.
Yep.
And I've gone to Publix when I've been there.
Yeah.
You know, just like you can get stuff delivered there. So, yeah, I mean, you got to be smart about it. But, yeah, it's nice to see that there's a little bit more structure. I love the fact that they were now, do I need all these sequels? Probably not. But at the same time, the one thing I did get out of the call was, you know, or the news about the call because I'm not a shareholder, but, you know, it's all public. You can listen to it. So, no, I just love the fact that they're giving it back to the creatives. So, like, when the creatives do stuff, they have that faith in that creative where it's like, you know, okay, well, you know, Feige wants to do, you know, this type of TV show. Okay, well, or it's they come up with something and they go, okay, well, what are we going to do with, you know, it's the creative is going to say, put it out in theaters or put it on Disney Plus or whatever. And they made, you know,
put it in the vault.
Yeah, the old Disney vault.
Batgirl, put it in the vault.
Yeah. Well, they broke it out into 3 different divisions now. It's Disney Entertainment, which is all the media entertainment, one for the parks, and oddly enough, one for ESPN too.
Yeah,
just completely different. They're not
because they own ESPN.
Yeah, there was a thing where they were talking about selling it.
Well, apparently one of the shakeups out of this is that Hulu might be up for sale now.
Yeah,
because Hulu's under that Disney umbrella, and it's like, do we got our own Disney Plus? Are we like funding our own competition here?
Well, it's also that, I mean, I don't think they own all of Hulu.
Right.
And then also it's a good ground for, you know, some of the R-rated kind of fare or the you know, where you can put it on Hulu, you know. But at the same time, I think, you know, overseas in Disney, they have like, I think it's called like Disney Stars or something like that, where it's.
I use a VPN to connect to Ireland, and then when I load up the Disney Plus app, there's Star.
Yep.
Which is like all the R-rated Fox stuff, all the Fox movies that they own.
Which I think you can get if you have like a PIN. I have a PIN number on my Disney
now,
Plus.
yeah, but they didn't always have that.
Yeah, so I think maybe they'll probably get rid of the Hulu's, at least get rid of their share of Hulu, because they're not really contributing that much to it, you know, and they'll move it all to Disney Plus. But anyway,
that's my news.
The rich get richer and the poor don't get a fucking thing.
Yeah, that's my news.
John, you got any news?
No good news is good news.
With Gary Gnu. Yes.
What's black? I didn't ever realize with that show that whenever Gary would come on, before he come on, he'd tell some fucking joke.
Oh, yeah.
What's green and wet? Oh, we know. And the cast would be like, it's a pickle with a... And he's like, no, it's a swimming canoe. Gary Gnu jokes are the worst.
Man, the drugs back then were awesome.
Oh, my God. Dude, I went down a rabbit hole. I'm like watching it. I'm like, what happened to the cast of this show?
I know. It's unspoken. People know about it, but I don't think they... I mean, I remember when we were trying to find that clip, and it was like, I forgot all this stuff.
There's a whole thing. I think it's Gary Gnu sitting down with fucking Mark Hamill.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's the gorilla. What's his name? Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know. Remember the name of the gorilla?
It's literally like Gorilla. That's like his name. It's not Magilla Gorilla. It's like
I don't know.
So anyway, that's my news.
Yeah, I mean, I did say I did put something in the notes as far as because right now, like we were talking about movies, and we're like, we really haven't seen anything. I mean, I do want to see Knock at the Cabin.
Oh
even
yeah.
Though
I already know how it ends.
Me too. But I kind of want to see how it plays out. And I love Dave Bautista. Like, just give me more Bautista all the time. But I did notice too. Like, I was like, well, the movies are going to be. I haven't really seen anything. I was looking at the slate for March.
It's fucking insane.
I mean, first of all, I wrote them all down just because I was like, how many things are coming out? I mean, between TV and movies alone.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Ant-Man, which is next week.
Yep.
Right?
Wait, it's next week already?
It's the 17th it comes out.
Jesus.
Yeah, so going to get some Quantumanium in there. It looks pretty good. Then the 24th is Cocaine Bear.
Jesus.
Looks amazing. I don't know why.
It looks so stupid, but
it is
stupid good.
Then it's like, then you start looking in the beginning. It's like, okay, March 10th is Creed 3.
Yep.
Which, I mean, more Jonathan Majors, more gooder.
More gooder.
Even though there's no Rocky Stallone in it. But at
We
the
don't
same,
need Rocky.
But, that kind of bummed me out. Then you have Scream 6
Yep.
on the 10th. Then you have Shazam on 3/17.
Shazam!
Then you have John Wick 4 on 3/24.
Oh, you have to see 1, 2, and 3.
I know. We're gonna do it late to the party. I'm gonna start watching those. Then you have D&D.
It's D&D, fighting with the legends of yore.
And I know somewhere in there, Evil Dead Rise is in there too.
Yeah.
So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 7 movies coming out in March. So I think seriously, we're gonna have to talk to Manny, get that Jameson bottle, and start hanging out in the theater.
And just so we're on the same page, it's Griddle Gorilla.
Griddle, what is it?
Griddle.
Griddle.
GORIDDLE.
McGriddle Gorilla.
Because I found on like archive.org, it's a video of Griddle Gorilla.
Okay.
Change your image cheap, yeah. Oh, it's only you. It's my secretary. Yeah, what do you want? Who?
And who's the special guest on this one?
This sign mean change your image?
Cheap.
Cheap.
Yeah. Well, look. You're Mark Hamill, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah. Everybody thinks of you as
Fucking Mark Hamill on Great Space Coaster.
Well, he could go on to anything like that. Oh, see, look, I nailed that.
And
voice
then
in 2 seconds.
and then there was Mean Joe Green was on there. Like the list of actual stars. The lady who played Mrs. Garrett on the
Mrs. G on the Facts of Life.
yeah, she was on there.
Oh.
It's just the list of stars. I thought that was like a local like PBS show, and like they had this cavalcade of famous people, but you can't find the old episodes. I'm hoping somebody buys up those old episodes and puts them out.
And that's the thing that talk about TV in the 70s. It was always
The
guest
Bush
stars.
was amazing. What? No.
The Bush looked like your face. No, but I'm serious. Like
The guest
stars were always on all the shows.
Yep.
There was always Mark Hamill has been on Muppet Show, freaking Great Space, all that stupid stuff.
Never mind guest stars. What about fucking Battle of the Network Stars? Back in the day when like these actors were tied to a TV channel, it's like they just did the shows on that. It was like
Battle Network Stars.
Yeah. Battle of Network Stars. It was all the networks had their big show stars come on and do like all these events against each other.
Yeah, I still remember good old Gabe Kaplan.
Yeah.
With the short shorts running around. What was he on CBS? I don't know. Mr. Carter. Yeah, but like they always like all those shows like The Love Boat and all that. It was always like special guest star, blah, 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 You don't really see that anymore.
No.
We should do that in the podcast. We'll just get a door that opens up kind of like the old, if you ever watch those old Dean Martin shows where he's like, all of a sudden it's like, who's that? Oh, look, it's, Scatman Crothers. It's like, boo, 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 boo.
Let me get a drink over here, baby.
Hey, look who's in here. It's boo, 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 boo.
I had the slowest week of fucking TV. It was all new episodes this week. I am excited though because of the Super Bowl. We get that new episode of The Last of Us tonight.
I know.
But
I completely forgot about it too, and then all of a sudden I was driving this morning, and I'm like, wait.
I didn't even know until you told me. I had no idea.
Really? Yeah. No, they're streaming it early, which is interesting because I also heard that, they're doing this because of the Super Bowl, which is smart. They're going to do it Friday night, which is tonight.
No.
But somebody also mentioned that the finale of The Last of Us is going to fall on the same Sunday as the Oscars. So, do they change it and go back to Friday again? For a series finale, though? Or a season finale?
I would love...
please.
Could you imagine fucking
Season
The Last
finale.
of Us season finale just totally fucking cock-blocking the Oscars?
Well, it was funny.
Nobody watches the Oscars anymore anyway.
Well, they went against the Grammys, and they still got, The Last of Us still got, 5-7 million viewers.
Yeah.
So...
Because nobody cares about those shows.
Yeah, I mean, the Grammys, I didn't watch.
Here come the grannies. Oh, Grammys, not grannies.
It's not even that. It's just we'll get into music later, but it's just the Grammys is just they're so out of touch.
Oh, yeah.
I heard about the hard rock and metal categories and the people that won it. I was just
they're not hard rock and metal.
No. It's
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like all these awards, the Golden Globes. It's just a popularity dick-sucking contest, a patting each other on the back contest. So
with sackofsin.com, we start putting out the Cinnies. Then.
Oh, yeah.
That's an award show
The
right
Cinnies,
there.
the most... Speaking of TV, it's been slow on TV other than a couple of good shows.
Yeah.
News related. Apparently, what is it? Fear the Walking Dead season 8 is going to be the last season. I didn't even know they were still around.
I gotta finish it. I gotta hate watch it to the end.
Yeah, you fill me in. I caught one brand new show.
Okay.
There's this new show called Not Dead Yet.
Not dead yet.
It's got the woman. She's not the star. She's like a co-star. The woman who plays Cece on The New Girl.
Yes.
She's in it. And I had a look, and I'm like, is that her? And then I realized it was. The whole premise of the show is this girl had a boyfriend. She had a career as a reporter. She ran off to Europe because her boyfriend and her were going to get married, and his job took him there, so she dropped everything and went with him.
Okay.
Then they break up, and she comes back, and the Cece girl gets her a job back at the newspaper, but now she's just got a job writing the obituaries.
Okay.
But the twist is the people she has to write an obituary for, their ghost appears to her and talks to her and
Oh, okay.
So that's how she's right. And there's another storyline going with it, but that's their gimmick on this show is she can see the people who she's writing, the ghost of the people she's writing an obituary for. So she's this master obituary writer, and she's I fucking hate this. I just want to go back to investigative reporting and all this other stuff. And
yeah, that's kind of cool though. That's
I think
an
it's cool.
Interesting thing. It's always people get haunted by the dead, and it's just Umbrella Academy with the guy just constantly people annoying him.
Well, that show I watched, Ghosts, with the girl who played was on iZombie.
Yes.
That show was so much fun. I wound up watching the entire 3 seasons of the British version of it that are on HBO Max.
Ooh.
It's a good show, and that's the whole premise. She, in the first episode, falls out the window and dies for a second, and when she comes back, she can see all the ghosts that died on the property.
Oh.
So it's a fun show, and it's a funny show. I like it. It's
always that trope of I see dead people. It's just they're constantly annoying. Because you imagine if you were a dead person and you found a medium that could talk to you'd just be could you tell my all these people just start swarming.
Could you tell my wife my porn password, please, so she can clear my browser history?
Hey, look who it is! It's Zoe and the gang. We're on.
What?
We're on the air.
What about the garage?
What's up? It's over here, actually. I have it over here. You got it over there. Stuff like that. Put your face in there. Say hi.
There she go. It's right there. Do you see me? The big phallic-looking thing on the table.
No, you're over. Oh wait, don't move. Oh, hold on here. What's going on? Here?
Where's she going? Where's she? There she is.
Oh, look, see, you guys are in it too. Just
No.
just a few hundred. It's all right.
Just all of our OnlyFans subscribers.
Yes.
OnlyFans subscribers? Absolutely.
Check it out. My name is Lunch Lady 32.
Yeah, I work at New Fairfield.
We heard the dirt.
Oh my god, that's actually the scale of the season.
Yeah,
Yes.
I bet you all got a copy of the video. Cricket, cricket.
Go upstairs, have fun. If you need anything, come down.
Okay, we'll make our cheesy.
Go upstairs, have fun. If you need something, ask somebody else.
Yes.
That's what my dad used to say. If you need something, fucking ask somebody else. I got nothing.
Please go to website www.no.com.
www.nope.com.
Well, see, we got guests from all over the familia.
So yeah, that Nat Dead show is pretty fun. It's the only new show I've watched.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about our two favorites, The Last of Us and the Band of the Batch. I mean, The Last of Us was...
It was okay. It was just, you know what it is? I feel like this week was like, okay, look, we're transitioning from, we just introduced you to Joel and Ellie and like their backstory and all these people. Mm-hmm. And now we need to get to the second half of the story so you understand what's going on. We're doing the transition here. And again, they've departed a little bit from the game again.
Yes.
Which I know the woman who plays that woman in Kansas City, just goes to prove that nothing good ever happens in Kansas City, that she's getting some freaking body shaming shit. And I'm like, why can't people just fucking let it go?
Seriously. I mean, to me, sorry, honey, she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
I don't see why, there was that one model that was like, ooh, she doesn't look like she's too freaking doughy or whatever to be like.
To be in it. Well, it's funny you say that because I keep seeing postings and I want to apply for these background things for the new Walking Dead spinoff that's got the project title Summit.
Oh, okay.
That's the project title. The code name title, whatever. That's on all the job postings.
Well, I know the New York City one is Dead City.
Right, but the project title that they say, it's like Walking Dead spinoff Summit. But I'm always like, yeah, I'd never get a background job. I'm too fat. Because I'm literally thinking like it's post-apocalyptic. There's no food. They want people who are skinny, like there's not fat. But then I think there's been a couple of characters who are kind of chunky.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's the apocalypse doesn't mean you can't get down on some freaking bread.
Eat my carbs.
Well, there was the freaking the what do they call those guys? The terminus, the termites.
Yeah,
they were eating humans.
Yeah,
that'll make you fat. Yeah. I mean, I can make a salad unhealthy, so I'd be
put enough dressing on it, blue cheese.
Once I run out of freaking Marlboros and
I'm
blue
with
cheese,
you.
then I'm out. But yeah, no, it was definitely and it was going to be tough to come off of episode 3.
Yeah.
So and I did hear from people on this one. Like I said, it's to me, The Last of Us is like pizza. There's no such thing as bad pizza.
No,
right? So it wasn't like, oh my god, mind blowing. But at the same time, I'm like, it was still entertaining and good.
Well, yeah.
So. And, I love that character. Speaking of which, freaking Yellow Jackets is coming back in March.
She's on Yellow Jackets, and it's coming back in March.
Yeah.
There's another March. March.
Yellow Jackets and Mandalorian starts March 1st. So get ready. I mean, this channel's going to be booming.
We might have to do more than one episode. We might have to just do like a watch party. A watch party for episode 1 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What day does that show? It comes out on Wednesdays?
March 1st, so whatever that is.
I think it's Wednesdays. I think they've been doing everything on Wednesdays because I'd love to do like a watch party where you and I like sit and watch it and sync it up to the show.
Yeah.
And be like, this is the timer in the episode.
Yeah, March 1st is Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, you got that. You got Yellow Jackets. I mean, it's slow now, but the gates are going to be freaking coming off. Like
I'll figure out how to put a timer in the corner, and we can do like a start the episode, have the timer, so people watching along can go, oh, it's at 2 minutes 15 seconds, so they're commenting about what's happening right now in the show. I feel like if we watch it cold though, it's just going to be us sitting there going,
yeah.
Oh fuck, so cool. What?
People like that stuff for some reason. Now it's like you see all the YouTube stuff. That's probably why we only, listen, guys. YouTube.com. Hey, pal, what's
What is that sound?
It's the upstairs, the water.
I'm like,
I think somebody took a shit.
oh, somebody's dropping the kids off at the pool.
I think so. No, it's like if you've ever seen that episode of The Office where they get that new, they branch off the Michael Scott Paper Company and they move into this other office, and it has a pipe. So every time somebody uses the bathroom, it makes that sound. That's what my apartment is. So
I've never watched The Office.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about late to the party.
Seriously.
Late to the party. Never watch The Office.
Wow.
So let's get to the meaty.
Yeah.
Fucking 2. I was not expecting 2 episodes of The Bad Batch, first off.
To quote the great Sid from Toy Story, double prizes.
Double prizes.
And I'm glad they did that because it did. The 2 episodes did sync. But
Yes.
by the way, we're talking about the Bad Batch.
So the Bad Batch Star Wars on Disney. The first one didn't even have the Bad Batch in it,
No.
which was great. I was like, I'm so happy, which kind of meant no Omega.
Yeah, the Omega annoying level meter was
It's starting to go
almost-
up.
The second episode, she wasn't that bad. I'd put the Omega annoyance is like a 2.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's some of the other ones, like the one with freaking Wanda Sykes. She was like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
But this one, she just is.
Trying to meditate.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sad that you got. No, shut the fuck up. No, but it's funny that she, if you look at Omega and the senator,
Yeah.
the blue, Navi freaking Avatar one, Camino, they do look. Their faces were almost exact.
Oh
which is
yeah.
cool. And then
And what the fuck? I thought they were hiding her because she's like a clone and all this shit. And here they are bringing her into the middle of the Senate. And it's like, hey, look, check out this girl we got here.
I didn't even notice that. Well, they didn't really show her that much. I mean, she did deliver the videotape to for evidence, but like she wasn't really like out there. I don't know.
Right. So now that's the second episode, but the first episode was all about uncovering. I mean, just the storyline on this and the plot turns that I did not expect that one bit.
No.
That the whole thing was just a spoiler, set up. I figured that one was appropriate for this spoiler.
Yeah.
That this was all just a setup for Palpatine to, come back and.
Decoded the intel from the First Order spy. Somehow Palpatine returned.
So for Palpatine to come in and be like, we need to destroy all of the clones. If they're blindly going to follow orders like this. I mean, he had all of his bases covered. Either they voted to get rid of the clones and create a conscripted army. Okay, they don't vote for it. Then I've got something in my back pocket that makes the clones look like they're dangerous and we need to get rid of them.
Yeah, I am always one step ahead of everybody.
And they got what's his name? The guy who was Palpatine to do the voice in that.
Is it Ian McDermott?
Ian McKellish or something like that, or Ian McDermott. Whatever his name is, they got him. He did the voice of Palpatine in this episode.
Oh yeah. He Palpatine, he's always pulling the strings. He's like, he's always one step ahead.
He didn't do the voice of Palpatine in the Clone Wars.
He did do Palpatine in the episode 9.
No, but I mean in the animated Clone Wars stuff, like any
I
of
don't
those
know.
things, he didn't do. They had somebody else doing it. That's why it was such a big thing that he came back and did the voice here.
It was me actually. It was me the whole time. It was Gregory. Rise.
But I mean, they build that whole story and get you invested in the politics of the clones and having rights and all that other stuff, and you're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you finally get some resolution about like, this is what happened.
Yep.
It wasn't a freak storm that blew up the planet. It was, Jesus Christ, the ship.
Yeah, old Admiral Byrd bound for Brooklyn.
And you think that's going to be the turn. And I'm an idiot because I'm sitting here like with that little glimmer of hope, like, oh, they're going to call him out. They're going to call him out. They're going to call him out. And it's like, I've already seen the other movies. I know how this war plans out. And that's why I think it's brilliant, because I fell right into that.
Yep.
Even knowing where it was supposed to go, I fell for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it was just
Genius.
Yeah, brilliant. Either way, he was going to get what he wanted.
Yep.
So, and we did get the appearance from Rex.
Yep.
My man Rex.
Well, I think we're going to get more Rex because what's his Echo went off with Rex.
Yes.
To join Rex. And I think we're going to see some big clone battle where all of the clone troopers who have been rescued and gone off and gotten their chips removed with Rex, and he's creating like basically his own army. They're going to be part of the rebel force that's helping fight.
Yeah.
And you're going to see them come back.
Yeah, because, when you do watch the prequels into the OG trilogy, you're like, yeah, what happened to all the clones? Like, they just kind of... and I do like subtle things, like even in like Mandalorian and stuff like that, where there's just like remnants of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Or, like you don't really get like remnants of those like Roger, those freaking robots. God. Those guys are freaking. Yeah. I remember George Lucas said, this is gonna be like These are the new stormtroopers. Do you like them? They're
Roger.
He kind of talks a little bit like Kermit the Frog. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So that's all the TV I cared about this week.
Yeah, really, the only two I've been watching is just the Last of Us and the Bad Batch. Really, those my two.
I mean, I watch a lot of other TV, but nothing that's worth talking about.
Yeah, nothing that I was like super excited about. You know, those are really the only two. Like I said, we're all gearing up for March Madness.
No movies.
No
movies this month.
No.
I haven't watched anything.
Well, get ready, motherfucker, because we're gonna be
saving it up.
Be March Madness. We're gonna be freaking going to the movies every week.
Oh, every day.
The two of us is gonna be great. We're gonna hold hands.
I'm gonna get that bucket of popcorn with the hole in the bottom.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Can I get my popcorn with extra butter?
Stick some jujubes in my butt.
I did watch some cool trailers. One cool trailer that I thought was gonna be a bomb, and that was the trailer for Air, which is the movie about Air Jordans.
Yeah,
starring Ben Affleck, and I was telling you about this with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good.
I still have to see that trailer because I had heard I was like,
and I think it's on Hulu or something. It's like a direct to video.
Yeah. I think it is a Hulu exclusive. A Hulu.
And the trailer for Fast X with my man Jason Momoa.
My man.
Look, we can't get who's next best to The Rock. There's one scene in that trailer, and like I don't know. Have you ever seen somebody who's been taking prednisone because they're sick and they get all swollen?
Oh, yeah.
There's one shot in that trailer that Jason Momoa literally looks like he's coming off of prednisone.
Yeah, like
I'm like, why is his face so like bloated?
It's got like the squint eye, almost like the too much prednisone or the vodka bloat, like the
and I'm just like,
the Robert Smith vodka bloat we used to call it.
Oh, Robert Smith.
Oh, he looks like
dude,
like freaking Matilda.
I'm moving at rapid speed because I know there's a lot of music shit to talk about going on.
Yeah, I mean, kinda, yeah.
Not just new music, but good, like, well, you talked about tours that are going.
Yep.
And people that are coming out with music that you're like, wait, they're still fucking, what?
Yeah, you better get the I Thought You Were Dead there.
I'm going to get it.
We're going to get some...
Any movies for you? Trailers? Anything?
No.
All right. Well, you know what I'm going into?
What?
I need the music.
Like a big fat ham. It's time for Greg's music.
Yeah. Boobies indeed, everybody.
Music.
Yeah. Well, I was saying about music is, listen, kids, it's images. It's the boardwalk all over again. If you're a local yokel like us, it's Goth City out there. Everything's left of the dial lately. I mean, a couple of huge tours got announced.
I wish I could go to them.
Yeah, I mean, first you got Ministry, who's touring with Gary Newman.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Okay. I've still never saw Ministry live. Old Uncle Al is going out there again. I saw that, and then all of a sudden they were talking about the Sisters of Mercy. I'm like, wait, they're still around?
Yeah.
And they're touring? And I was like, okay. And then they just announced that Skinny Puppy for their 40th anniversary.
And then they're done.
Then they're done.
I tried to get a ticket to the New York City show. First off, I had the pre-sale code. You go on Ticket fucking Master.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, let me go buy tickets, and that's the one, the pre-sale. You can't click on anything to go, let me enter my pre-sale code.
Really?
There was nothing. And then when I finally got in the next day, it was like tickets were like $160. And I'm like, I'm not paying $160 to go see Skinny Puppy.
Yeah.
Not that much. I'd pay maybe like $7,500, sure.
Yeah.
But almost $200 for general admission.
Oh, it's crazy now. It's just crazy. But yet you can go see Ghost for like $80, in a stadium.
My whole family agrees that Ghost song that we were playing last week, it's like, oh, that sounds like Runaway from Bon Jovi, which sounds like the Pokemon theme.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so, I mean, get your goth. Goth season is out.
Well, also, Jane's Addiction is on tour, but nowhere around here. And it looks like they're doing nothing shocking.
And Dave Navarro's not even playing with them.
Right. Well, come on.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Dave Navarro.
But me neither. But again, do I need Dave Navarro for that? He just played guitar. Like, look, if Jane's Addiction was going around with Dave Navarro, but without Perry, that's not Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, at that point.
It's that Perry voice sound that makes the band. Yes, Dave wrote everything with him and did all that stuff, but
yeah,
I don't need him to enjoy the show.
I saw them when they first got back together with Flea. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good
like,
too.
Pretty good. Yeah, so, I mean, there's tons of tour. I mean, obviously, it's tour season. COVID's ending, so there's a lot of bands going on tour.
Just let me know when the Descendants are coming back. That's all I care about.
That's it. Get us, you're going to spend we'll talk about our Sack of Sin showcase at the end.
I was going to say, there's a good concert coming up on March 11th.
That's right. You can either spend $200 on a Skinny Puppy ticket, or for a measly 15 clams, you can go see like 8 bands.
For an extra $10, you can get a sticker and a limited edition exclusive T-shirt.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, we might as well mention it too before I just kind of at the albums and singles out, because there really wasn't that many good albums or singles out.
I'm interested because there's one on there that I'm like, oh, I knew it was out, but I haven't heard it yet. And I really want your hot take on it.
On the singles chart there? Yeah, I mean, Depeche Mode. Keeping up with that, goth season. They have a new single that just came out, Ghosts. What is it, a Ghost Again?
Yeah. How was it?
You could feel the absence of Fletch.
Oh.
You really can. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Gahan and...
Well, that's where you notice. Like, I won't notice Dave Navarro not being there if Jane's Addiction's playing a concert and just playing Jane's Addiction stuff. But if they're writing new music for Jane's Addiction, you're going to notice it because, with Depeche Mode, Fletcher's like, he wrote the stuff. Like,
yeah,
you can't get past that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give it more of a listen. At first, it didn't grab me. I was just kind of like, oh boy, yeah, I can tell there's no Fletch in there. And as much as people were like, who's that guy? That's it. Trust me, he was a driving force in that band. So, I mean, I'll go see him. They tour. I
haven't seen them in forever, and last time I got tickets and they were like in a okay section and they were super expensive, and I was like, why did I spend all that money?
Yeah, like I said, for a measly 15 clams, you can go see 8 local bands.
Nice.
In a convenient location. But anyway, yeah, besides that, there really wasn't that much music out. I mean, the Depeche Mode single was okay. I got to listen to it more. Because, I do like later Depeche Mode stuff, that they put out. It was surprisingly good. This, I don't know, it just felt different, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was albums that came out.
Oh.
We could stick with the Still Left on the Dial. This is very goth-centric,
very 80s alternative centric.
Yeah, pull out your fishnets and your combat boots, kids.
Ooh, and the clove cigarettes.
Talk about, I thought they were dead. Hey, guess what, kids?
Go ahead.
You do it.
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit. I thought you were dead.
Hey, kids. Killing Joke has a new album.
Yeah, you put that on the list. I was like, wait, I honestly thought they were they were dead and done.
Nah, they've been. I mean, the new album. Now, what is the Roman numerals? It's MMXII. I don't even know what that is. It's like 50.
2000XII 2012.
2012.
Yeah, MMX X is 10, II is 2, so XII is 12, so MM is I think 2000.
2012. That's kind of stupid.
I'm gonna look it up now.
But yeah, I listened to it on the way to pick up my daughter today. It's not good. I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong. I was kind of late to the party with Killing Joke, but what's great about Killing Joke is if you go through their catalog, they have songs that are very different from each other that were all super cool. I mean, you got like the first Killing Joke record. You got The Wait, which everybody was like heard about it because of Metallica. They were like, oh, this is Killing Joke band. Love that first record.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 80s. You got that, and then they got some other stuff. I mean, what is it? Like Lips Like Blood? Yeah. I mean, it's great songs. This album, it just sounds like they're just kind of going through the motions, really. It's just, they've never been a technical band. Doing crazy, cool stuff. I mean, they got the synths and all that.
Love Like Blood.
Love Like Blood, yeah. I mean, it's a freaking awesome song. Maybe we'll put some Killing Joke on there just because, good ones, not stuff off this record. Yeah, I was bummed. Just like the Depeche Mode. I think everything in the music category this week was just bummed me out.
I'm sorry.
I
was just excited about all the bands that are touring, and I was hoping some of that touring, would be the bands doing what a lot of bands have done lately. We're doing this hit album, and that's what we're doing. That's going to be like, we're going to come out, we're going to play all the songs from this album, and then we're going to play a couple other songs afterwards. But, like, give me that whole album start to finish like I really like.
I love when bands do
I
that.
love when they do that. And I haven't gotten to see any of the bands that I want to see do that when they did it. Like, even They Might Be Giants, when they did Flood, I so wanted to go to that show. Couldn't
You
go.
didn't go to the Flood show?
Nope. I was so depressed that I couldn't
went
go.
to it twice. And I was so late to the party as far as seeing them live.
Yeah.
They played at
I
Daryl's
met them.
house.
I met them.
I know. You gave them the coffee pie.
That's right.
They're great. But, yeah, I mean...
It's my brush with greatness.
yeah, I mean, I've only seen that, and I've seen Rush do movie
That and the
pictures,
time I
but
checked
that was-
out Jim Norton's dick at the
Yeah.
in the bathroom in Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember that. Huh?
Yeah, nice. That's a nice one, Jimmy.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and then besides that, Killing Joe Paramore put out an album.
I don't care.
She's cute. Paramore does have some really cool songs.
I'm sure.
They do. I mean, as much as I hate Twilight, all those movies. I mean, I tried. My ex-wife at the time loved those movies. My kids adore those movies. Every movie, and once it came out, I was like, I'll try it.
Team Edward.
I was just 10 minutes in. I was just like, this is fucking garbage.
I read the books.
I can't. I just can't do it.
The books are better than the movie. I will give you that.
But Paramore has an amazing song in that album on the soundtrack of Twilight.
Oh, yes.
I mean, what's that song?
How's the new stuff, though, really?
It's okay. It's not,
Is it in line with their other stuff, at least?
Yeah, it's very poppy.
Okay.
They went more, it's not as heavy. Like, they weren't, like, super, super heavy, but she always brought out that pop kind of sensibility to it. She's got a very strong voice. The Only Exception is a great song. I mean, they got a lot of good songs. So, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't really listened to it that much. I'm going to check that out. But yeah, really, that's pretty much it for the music news. That's
the musician from the big rock band. Now he just looks like a big fat ham. It's time for Greg's music news.
We'll see how my weekend goes.
Yeah.
Manny left yesterday to go up to Buffalo.
Shuffling off the Buffalo.
To see the little lady for VD.
Yeah, Buffalo Betty.
She's not a Buffalo Betty.
No, she's very nice. I know.
And, my wife's working all weekend, so I'll be sitting around the house. Oh, playing Call of Duty. I've played so much fucking Call of Duty this past week.
Which one?
The new one, Modern Warfare 2. I'm trying to finish a bunch of challenges before the next season starts.
Okay.
I was late to the party on that one. I didn't get that game when it first came out, and I kind of was like, and then I grabbed it. And I hate that I got the disc edition only because I don't get the option to go, can I upgrade this to like the Ultimate Edition and get like all this other stuff now that I'm actually playing it?
Yeah. I just,
No.
I'm just, as far as video games go, I'm just an open world guy. Like, I just love
And
those games.
that's the problem with the Harry Potter game, man. I was hoping for just this, like, I could jump in and do shit and have an open world and not have to fucking worry. But no, I got to battle freaking for the goblin rights.
My obsession is Red Dead 2. I just ride around.
Get on your horse. What's your horse's name?
Weenus.
Weenus?
Yeah,
All right.
well, I have two horses. One's Fabruca.
Fabruca.
The other one's Weenus. Yeah, and it's just fun just going in and just going to stores and doing chores and fishing and hunting and
Living life.
That's it.
Dude, I'm in trouble if they ever make like a really good version of that's VR.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
Well, someone ported the new Harry Potter game, even though it's a third-person game where you're following your character around. They ported it to the Oculus and made it VR.
Yeah, I mean, I just love open world games because I don't like Jedi Fallen Order. I love that game. I'm excited for the new one, but like I've been stuck on this one boss for months. I can't beat it.
See, I haven't played it in months.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll pick it up again.
I got pretty far, and I was doing well in it, but I'm like, you get stuck on these certain bosses, and you're just like, all right, well, I'll do, and but I do hear they are doing a Star Wars open world game, which it's still a few years out, though.
Well, they did have one at one point. Was it Knights of the Old Republic? I think that was it. They're like MMORPG Star Wars game.
Yeah, they were, Knights of the Old Republic, it was kind of like The Last of Us kind of thing, where it's, you're following a storyline. which is fine. You could do that. You know, I don't mind that. Like, I love Jedi Fallen Order. It's just sometimes you get stuck in it, and I'm just like, I just can't go back to it.
Yeah, it was just Star Wars: The Old Republic was just one of those like World of Warcraft open world huge game.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I like those games, but then at some point you're just like, it's like Farmville. It's like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, it just kills time. I got to ride around on my horse. I shoot people. I shoot freaking animals, and I fish, and I hunt.
Oh, shot me a rabbit. Gonna go home, cook him up, and eat him.
I'm gonna go to Saint Denis and place, and then I'll go into a saloon and have a fake beer and play some poker.
Do you actually play poker?
Oh yeah, you can go to any of the saloons that have poker, and they have an open table, and you could just sit down and play poker.
Now, are you playing poker against other players of the game around the world?
Other players around the world, yeah.
Because that's one of my favorite Oculus things is I have this VR Poker Stars, and you go and you're sitting at a table and there's people around. Like, it's nice because you can buy props and like shoot like, you know, you can get a cigarette or a vape.
Yeah.
But like also people like start to throw those things at you at the table, and you just be like, hold on, let me go to my settings and turn off props, and people are like going like. And there's nothing. You just see them going like this. You're like, dude, why are you waving your arms around? Like, I just threw a banana at you. It's like, no, you didn't. Like, yeah, I did. It hit you right in the face. It's like, no, it didn't because I have props turned off. They're like, what? It's like, yeah, I turned props off. It's annoying. I'm here to play poker night and have a 12-year-old throw a fucking banana in my face.
Yeah.
If I wanted that, I'd be a lunch lady.
Yeah, and then you could, you know.
I'm bringing it back around.
There you go, lunch lady time. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, a little bit of housekeeping before we get out of here and watch the rest of us. March 11th, Sack of Sin Showcase. We got it at the Loft in Poughkeepsie. Tickets are on sale now.
At sackofsin.com.
Sackofsin.com. Go to Ticket Showcase tickets. You can purchase them online. You can use your credit card. You could use PayPal. You could freaking afterpay that stuff.
Put it in perspective for you. The tickets are $15, but if you go to the Chances website, it's $15, and then there's like $7 in transaction fees.
Yeah. So don't, you know.
No transaction fee with me.
That's right. $15 is $15. As my man Jay from Jay and Silent Bob says, $15, little man. Put that shit in my hands.
Who smokes the butts? We smoke the butts.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go on there. And like we said, we do have a VIP pack where you can get a limited edition T-shirt of a Sack of Sin shirt, some stickers. We're going to do a meetup. So, you know, if you're worried about, well, I bought the ticket, I don't know where to get it or pick it up. We're going to have a little get-together right before we all walk in, kumbaya in the door, and have a good time. It's going to be
I'm going to stick my kid out front scalping tickets.
That's right. We got to sell some tickets, man. If we want to do the big summer one, we got to, you know, this one's got to be successful. So definitely do yourself a favor. Go on sackofsin.com. Buy yourself a ticket. Check out all the bands that are on the roster right now. We added a whole bunch of stuff on there. New artists are coming to us all the time, and it's exciting. It's exciting, and we're excited to do this first showcase, so we want it to be very successful. So,
yes.
You know, hopefully maybe we'll even tape it, and then you can get it afterwards.
We'll play it by ear.
You don't know. But, you know, you want a grainy freaking thing. You want to go and support music. So,
and come to the show and remember, doesn't matter if she comes, stays, lays, or prays, as long as it throws it happen.